Hi, my name is Chris. Hi, my name is Chris.
And I'm Linda.
We're the Pagets. Hey, would you say that you probably know yourself a little bit better now than you did when you were 21?
Oh yeah, I think I definitely have been on a little journey of self-discovery over the last maybe 8-9 years, and I know myself a lot better now.
Do you like it? Do you like
I do. I like myself. I like my own company. Chris says to me, he goes, the older you get, the grumpier you get. And I was like, no, the older I get, the more confident I get, and the older I get, the less tolerant I get of other people's junk and other people's whatever they want to give. And I just don't have this less tolerance. I know myself well enough to know what I like, what I will tolerate, what's good for me, what's not good for me. And even though I want to be a very generous person and a loving person to other people's issues, but it's good to know who I am.
Absolutely. And my idea is that if you know yourself, then you can give yourself. I think about this a lot with kids that are dating because they want so bad to give themselves and be in relationships. They want to share basically their journey with someone. And I think that's beautiful. And of course, that's probably what the vast majority of everyone out there is going to do. They're going to be in a marriage relationship. But the thing is, whether you are going to be a religious person in like a priestly role or a, consecrated role, or you're going to be a person who's married in that kind of a role, if you know yourself, then you can give yourself. And I think that's the big misstep that happens so often. People want to jump the gun and give themselves really before they fully know themselves. And an example is relationships where they're in a marriage and basically they might say the phrase, "I've fallen out of love." And what's realistically probably happened is that they begin to realize things about themselves and they begin to not see the other person journeying with them. Or they're complete idiots and just do stupid things and want to be selfish. But let's go with the first one to kind of play with this idea.
But I also think in the relationships, oftentimes when we're younger, we think the emphasis is on knowing the other person. And even though we have spent our whole marriage getting to know one another, and we still are learning about each other, but I am learning about Chris because he's learning about himself. He's learning about me because I'm learning about myself. But that temptation in early relationships to say, I want to spend my time, my effort getting to know this other person and finding that other person that will fit my criteria of what's perfect, instead of relaxing and saying, who am I, getting to know who I am, what am I comfortable with, what am I happy, what am I really searching for? Those are great questions to ask even before you're in a relationship. But if you've been married for a long time or you've been in a relationship for a long time, it's still not bad to ask those questions.
Right. I think when you meet someone that you love and you love all these things about them, it's easy to say, wow, look at all we have in common and I love you and this is fantastic. But the more that you grow, the older that you grow, you get to know things about yourself that maybe are a little bit of a surprise or a reminder. An example was Linda loved bikes when she was a little kid and realized later in life that she loved riding bikes still. And I had a choice to make. One, was I going to watch her go and ride bikes and not be a part of that, or was I going to bite the bullet and put on spandex and ride bikes? And I chose the latter because I want to grow with her as she grows. And I think that's kind of the ultimate secret, is that you're not going to stay the same. There's no way that happens. If you're a human being and you're in this thing called life and you're actively participating in it, then you're going to grow, and you're going to grow in your thinking. Realistically, as an adult, you grow in other ways. But the thing is that as a couple, if you know yourself, then you can give yourself. And if you love someone, then you're going to want to give yourself sometimes in a way that is a little out of your comfort zone because you want to be together.
But also a final note here, though, of another reason why it's good to know yourself within a relationship is that as you journey on this self-discovery, you're going to find areas that not only areas that you love and that you aspire to or that you dream about, but you're also going to find areas of injury. areas of brokenness, of woundedness, that sometimes we cover up as we get older. We just look like, oh, that was just when I was a kid, no big deal. We're going to cover that up. We're going to move on into adulthood. But in this journey of knowing who you are, you come and those things sometimes have to be brought back up so that healing can happen. Because whether or not you want to admit it or not, those things, those wounds, those injuries are affecting your relationship. So in getting to know who you are, those things can come out, and in a loving, secure relationship, they can be healed and discussed, and really love and growth come out of those injuries.
I love that, actually. And the thing is that we do those vows, rich or poor, sickness and in health, right, till death do us part, that basically we're all in. And if you know yourself and you can give yourself, that includes the messy parts, the broken parts, that hurt part. What's kind of cool, though, in a marriage specifically, is that these two people who are broken and who are growing and trying to understand more about themselves are able to sharpen one another and to heal even one another. And that's why if you find someone that you can share yourself with, and the more that you know that you share yourself with them, you become really like a full person. What we would say in the Christian circle is that Linda's job is to help me to be a saint, and my job is to help her to be a saint. So she's already a saint because it's so hard to deal with me, because I have issues. I don't know if you've realized that. Do you know that about me? I should probably share that with you. I have some issues. On that happy note, thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
God bless. That's cute. That was good.